We need your tales from the cab though today.
Yeah,
Oh, it was my man. He didn't say nothing though, to be fair.
Well,
He weren't, he was with people in it, so he wasn't really. He weren't really trying to give me an angle to work with. I was like,
So
alright,
what
cool.
happened?
No, I just picked him up from Shoreditch and then dropped him home.
Where's home?
Wapping.
What's the
I
address?
can't tell you the address. No, I'm not allowed to do that.
Are you allowed to do it off air?
Yeah, I can tell you off air, but I can't give out. I can't give it information.
Man.
No, but it's obviously it's
Of
confidential.
course,
It
of
must
course.
be confidential. innit?
Absolutely, absolutely. The man, let's start.
Where does Dizzy live?
Say that again.
Where does Dizzy live? Exactly.
That was good. That was good.
Speechless, you know. I didn't even have a comeback. Introduce us, Ace.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Cut the Chat. Massive shout out to everybody that locked in last week.
If you can hear his voice, he's slightly vexed because Ace is upset that one of us posted up the picture of him.
Well, you already said you was going to do it last week, so there no issue.
It definitely weren't me.
Thank you for the support. I love the photo.
Not only like did you post pictures of me with my legs out, whenever you see me take pictures with our hat on,
Yeah.
I know, innit?
you just expose that to the world for
Got
no
an
reason.
LL Cool J
that
head
was
shape.
deep.
I wear a hat. I wear a hat to bed. I wear it all the time.
I'm gonna.
I wear a hat during the beat. I wear a hat.
Wait. You remember the time I caught you sniffing without a hat?
Where was it?
You remember? In Camden.
Camden.
You remember in Camden and I rode past you.
I was walking
and
around.
No, you was driving.
Yeah.
And I rode past you and I was like, oh my God, he ain't got his hat on. And I bibbed you and you was like, do you remember?
I do. I was recording that for the other studio.
Yes,
like,
yes. I was like, this
Yeah.
guy, you know.
That's
I'm
my
gonna
disguise.
post up the other picture
What other picture?
of the
No, you're not.
my challenge
No,
that I
you're
was
not.
doing.
challenge?
He's actually a dickhead. You know that?
What challenge?
No, do you know how dumb Damon is?
Oh yeah.
And do you know what?
That's funny.
I want a refund. I'm actually gonna calculate all the money you owe me for haircuts. So Damon,
This is so funny.
thinks that it's been funny to leave a patch of hair on my head every time he's cut my hair for the last 3 months.
So hold on, what? He's got the photos?
And do you know what the funniest thing is? When I was in hospital, Lee said, you don't remember saying this, do you?
No.
He's like, what got with that patch of hair on your head? Damon, why didn't you cut that?
Lee, don't you remember
And
me
so
telling you
I
to
didn't
shut up?
remember
Don't you remember me telling you to
So
shut
I'm
up?
thinking, Damon's just missed a piece of my hair. But little do I know, he's trying to grow a patch of hair in the back of my head.
As long as possible.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
He's taking pictures of it.
Oh, I kind of vaguely remember.
Yeah.
I was doing so much wild stuff. Damon kept doing that.
He's taking pictures of the growth and calling it, look at the progression.
What are you trying to do? Grow one
Sending it
dread
to
on the
his
side?
girl, sending it to Ash, saying, look at the progression every month. That's not even, and I'm paying for it like a dickhead. And I'm giving... No,
what
and
friends-
this is the killer thing. So when I'm like, Damon, why is there a patch of hair on my head? He's gone to everyone in the barbershop. Ace has found out. So everyone knew. So I'm getting in here, sitting in here,
That's rude.
getting my hair cut like a dickhead, walking out with a patch of hair on my
Standard
head.
things.
That's rude.
Do you know what killed it though?
It's fine.
Ace has a bald head. Why am I taking a photo of your haircut? Your head's bald.
No, you might have been taking a picture of the beard.
Obviously, I had to angle it like that.
You're a dickhead.
Like,
You're actually a
Someone said, so
dickhead.
you actually
Bruv,
posed.
For the last 3-4 haircuts, I've taken photos. A bald head, what am I taking a photo of? But he hasn't even clocked. And he just rang me one day
That's
like,
disrespectful.
why have I got a patch on my head? Why is it taking you so long to find it, cuz?
How did you find the patch?
Michaela found it,
Okay.
and she was dying.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's good. It's a
No.
good one. I'm not gonna lie.
it's not good.
Now I'm a bit
It's fine
paranoid.
anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What have you been doing to my thing? That's
What,
that why
innit?
my hairline's gone. Just violating me when I come in. Look at his hairline, lads.
How many trips are we gonna take this year? Every trip I'm gonna remove a dread. One dread. Every trip while you're sleeping, one dread is just gonna go.
Nipper dread.
You're such a kid. How could you do that?
Okay, can we grow up now, guys?
Arsehole.
We've got a podcast to do.
Asshole.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cut the Chat.
Hello.
I'm here with Damon, Femi, and Ace.
Okay, go on, I like that.
Yeah, it's a little formal.
Your
But
phone was
where's
on.
it going though?
I don't know where it was going to go. I was hoping someone was going to jump in.
All right, well, let's just jump on the first topic. The video that's been out this week of O'Hara Davis speaking
Sorry.
in his car,
Yeah.
talking about Shaka Bars. So basically, Shaka Bars posted up something on Instagram saying he's going to have children in 2019, and Ahara Davis tagged his missus in it. And if you don't know, Ahara Davis is black, his missus is Caucasian.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
Caucasian's rude. Have you heard white people ever describe themselves as Caucasian?
No.
Is that your issue?
No, but have you ever met a white person that says, yeah, I'm Caucasian? Have you realised Caucasian is only used by African Americans in African American movies?
Caucasian. No, it's true. But why does that mean it's rude
I
though?
call them IC1.
No, I just think
But why
like,
does that mean it's rude?
Yeah, why does it mean it's rude?
what does Caucasian mean?
From the
Means they're from
mountains
the
of Caucasus.
You gotta
Love
put
that, innit?
words
Love
in
that
it.
bit, innit? From the mountain of Caucasus.
Of the Caucasus Mountains.
You're being racist.
Alright, look,
You're being racist now.
Is that racist?
A little bit.
Okay, sorry.
I just think
Why is it racist though?
It's not though, but it's
But what if they're them people? They're white people.
Them
I shouldn't
people,
say them people. That's
them
racist.
people. Wow.
What if white people are from the Caucasus Mountains?
Well, we can't be racist, can we? We said that before.
well, that's what.
Do you believe
that's
that?
what this topic
Well,
is.
This kind of what this topic's about.
Okay, let's just finish right.
Alright, go on.
So basically,
O'Hara.
O'Hara Davis has tagged his missus, who is white, and Shaka Bars has commented underneath saying, "You need to watch Get Out," making reference to he needs to stop dating white girls or stop dating this white girl. So then O'Hara Davis is, and there was a lot of
Is that what
comments-
he wrote?
Yes, and then there was a lot of comments flying.
Cheeky, innit?
It's
Yeah.
Shaka.
Yeah, that's cheeky.
I like to get Shaka Bars on the show. I like
It
him.
is
That is
cheeky.
cheeky though, man.
And we kind of touched on a similar topic on Monday on Trim Talks. But so then there was comments flying all over the gaff, and O'Hara Davis has made a 50-minute video in his car.
No, let me jump in quickly. Something he did do before he made the video was he wrote on Instagram a post that this is when people started getting him. Because he wrote a post, I should actually read it because I don't want to misquote it.
because we need some clarification.
Basically, he didn't say black women, but he said, well, what do you want me to be with? A woman that's been a fought for the last,
Yes, he did say that.
been a fought all her life and has got 5 children by 5 baby daddies or something
Yeah.
like that. But it was like, so basically you're saying that black women are
I don't
all
know
the
no
same.
woman's got 5 baby fathers, to be fair.
Yeah, so, and then they started getting him, and then he made the video.
Yeah.
And what was he saying in the video?
So in the video, he's just saying that there's loads of things in the video he said that I think was kind of silly. First, he said like slavery was 600 years ago, so we shouldn't be angry with it now about it now. He also
I
said,
didn't get that far. Did he say that?
yeah,
What?
he said that, yeah. He said that we shouldn't blame white people for the crimes of their ancestors. And then he said that being pro-black is racist. I think that's kind of
See, that's what
the long and
I
short of
wanted
it.
to talk about today because that's as far as I got, and I said I need to turn this off. I'm gonna listen to the rest of it later. Fucking hell. He said so basically, and he went on to explain in his words what he believed pro-black to be, which is buying from black stores.
Shall I read his Instagram comment?
Yeah, go on.
Read it, Instagram.
Okay. I commented on one of Shaka Bar's posts, and since I've been receiving many messages like this. So many black women abused me because my woman isn't black. There is no rule book which says that a black athlete must be with a black girl. Color is nothing. And the sooner we understand that, I don't like, that's another thing. I don't like when people say there's no such
I
thing as
hate.
color.
Do you know what?
Like,
There's
colour.
so many things I
Okay,
hate
let
about
me
this.
let me finish. Let me
this guy's
finish.
statement already,
Let me
but I'm
finish.
just trying to hold back.
Where did I get up to?
everyone else have a turn.
Color is nothing, and the sooner we understand that, the world will be a better place. Grow up. I'm usually quiet about things like this because I hate to talk about race. But in all realness, these people who commented on that post should work on themselves and being successful. And maybe, I'm guessing that's supposed to be maybe, they will have more luck in attracting men instead of spending 25 years of their life being fots and having 5 different babies by 5 different fathers and then complaining why nobody wants them. Make my woman feel good instead of abusing her, and also wish us well, please.
after you just called a bag of people fuck. Wish us well.
He wrote that when he's angry, innit?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them ones that you write and then in the morning you delete.
Well, it's still there.
Still there.
It's still there.
Still, though, he wrote that when he's angry. There was a lot of aggression behind that.
Yeah, it's a.
Killed himself.
As you
There
can
was a lot
imagine,
of bad grammar.
Killed himself.
and
as you can
foolery.
imagine, black women were very upset by that.
Well,
And black
why did
men,
he even need
be
to
fair.
respond? I don't get it. Just do your thing, innit? If you're doing your thing, just do your thing. Why do you need to explain anything?
Well, this is what we were talking about on the radio on Monday. We were saying like when you're in the public eye and you put your partner on Front Street, you put your partner on the gram, and people start coming for your partner. Do you clap back or do you just ignore?
No,
it?
you just have to ignore it, man.
Really?
You got to-
What if it
What's the
what if
point?
it touches a nerve?
Doesn't matter though,
And
man.
you shouldn't put your part. Like the thing is, I for ages like refused to put my partner on social media just because I was just like, why? What's the point? What do I get from it? It's like, what? Do you want to be a social media star? Like, you know, like why do you want to go on my IG? Like, do you like what's your gain? Because I just feel like a certain part of your life should be private. Yet at the same time, I
Did she
felt
ask to be on it? Did she want to be on it?
she said for jokes one time, but I was just like, no. I was just basically like, no. Why would I do that?
But you did eventually.
Yeah, but it's still not like if you didn't know,
Yeah, okay.
it's not like.
Yeah, I think certain aspects.
I just think
should be
if
private.
you put your relationship out there, you put that this is your girl, people are going at your girl, you shouldn't. You should expect social media reacts to things in different ways. All this stuff that he's saying about race, nonsense, absolute nonsense. Like you know, like race is there's no race. There's
No such thing
Well,
as
like
colour.
you know when black boys walk down, there is color because people
100%.
see color
Instantly.
And like people love to pretend. That's everyone's favorite one, and that's a very British one.
I don't see colour.
Yeah, that's the most British
don't
one.
see colour.
Of course you
No,
see
I-
colour. If you don't see colour, you're denying my blackness. You're
Right.
denying my history. You're denying me. Because by not seeing colour, actually, people think that's a good thing, saying that. But by not seeing colour, you're basically denying my difference. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want you to acknowledge that I'm different. I just don't want you to treat me differently because of that.
Bars.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and this is what people get twisted. It's like, you know, like what black people want is not to like erasure of blackness. What we want is like to be accepted for being who we are. Do you know what I mean? And so when people are like, oh, I'm colorblind, I don't believe, shut up, man, go away. That's such a flawed principle because it's like the world is not colorblind. All the institutions are not colorblind.
sure.
Like, and so that's a nonsense one. Slavery was 600 years ago. It wasn't. That's a nonsense. That's stupid. And even if slavery was that long ago, the civil rights movement was in the 60s and 70s.
People were still getting. I
Do
mean,
you know
even
what I'm-
today.
in the 90s, in the 90s, like no, but we're talking about. Let's not even talk about day-to-day racism. Let's talk about structural racism. Like you know, apartheid was the other day. Nelson Mandela just come out of jail the other day. Do you know what I mean? And so when people like when young black men are like saying all this stuff, like, but what you have to be conscious of, like you know, I think it's not Miles Davis. There's a you know Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
black man in the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah, Sammy Davis Jr.
Huh?
Sammy Davis Jr.
You see him, there's a podcast that I listened to about him. And the fact that, you know what, this guy, he had a mode of, and I think about this a lot since, like, it's probably, like, been one of the deepest things I've listened to in a long time. And I've spoken about it and thought about it a lot. Basically, he had this, like, he was in the army and then he was abused by the other soldiers. And they painted maybe, like, they might have not, but I feel they painted something on him, like say nigger, something like that one day. And it took him ages, and he tried to rub it off, took him ages to rub it off, and he couldn't rub it off. And in that moment, it decided that he was never going to be made to feel like that again in his life. No, Kuhn. Like, I think it was Kuhn. And so rather than fighting racism head on, he decided he was going to assimilate. And he was going to become whiter than white people. And so, basically, this guy becomes, like, marries the most, like, whitest white woman, like, the beautiful, big blue eyes, like, you know, like the whitest woman you can find. And so his idea was that actually, rather than like fighting the people that made me feel like that, I was never going to be made to feel like this again. So I was going to assimilate. And so basically, he went to like the other side of the spectrum to the point where he was getting roasted at one event for being black. And he just laughed the whole time. But then these are the same people that they don't see him. Like, they'll say, like, we don't see color. But all their jokes, they ripped him for an hour. Like, you know, he became Jewish. Yeah? This is like, this is how far this guy, like, he wanted to be part of that movement. He became Jewish. But then the thing is, like, for him, he was doing it, that was his way of surviving. And then the guy that did the podcast was arguing that actually, like, it's easy to assimilate, to not have to do that when there's a big group of you. Right? And so when there's like one of you, so like you're a singular sports star and like you're in this world where it's just like you're the only black person, you become... So basically, he did an experiment. I mean, he did an experiment where there was a company, they wanted to get more women in the company. And so they hired like one woman per every office. But then what happened was the women became more like the men. Because when you're the only person in the room, you become, and to the point where you start laughing. So the women became more like the men. And then they started laughing at women and started making man them jokes. Like, because that's what they felt they needed to do to survive within that world. And so that's what this guy was doing. He basically became, and he would laugh at black people. And like, when he was, and then to the point where he hugged...
the president.
Yeah, the president.
Yeah, I saw that. Who was it? Was it Nixon or something?
It might have been Nixon, but Nixon was racist.
Yeah.
But he hugged him, like, you know. And so it's like, you know, I suppose the point I'm making is that a lot of these sports stars...
Kanye. Sorry.
Yeah, like, you know, a lot of these sports stars... So...
OJ Simpson.
OJ.
Yeah, OJ
He was a
Simpson.
bait one.
Yeah, all these people was like, you know, I'm not black, I am this, and I'm not like... But a lot of these people, they've done that just to fit in.
So you think Ahara Davis is on that?
I'm not saying he's on that. I'm saying the point I'm making is that a lot of these guys, they need to be aware why they think like black women are ratchet and like...
Before we get to the whole black women are ratchet...
Before we get to...
because at the end of the day...
Like, let's not go there.
You didn't say that though.
I know. Imagine someone just looking
at
at
the end of the day, if you love somebody or are in love with somebody, you're going to go out of your way to make that person feel as comfortable as possible.
100%.
And what seems to be a common factor with all of these people is you've got a partner, and your partner is of a different race. So you start behaving in a way almost more so to make them feel comfortable.
It's long.
You understand? Because it's just like, the first thing first, I don't really see colour. What are you talking about? And that's really and truly, the only person I see benefiting from that is your partner. You understand? Because your partner sees it. Your partner's very aware of it.
How do you know that?
Because you see the black women looking at you when you're walking down the road.
She probably said that to him, though.
So I'm very sure your partner sees it. You understand? Like, you see the... You hear the comments, you see the comments, you understand? How do you feel, babe? It doesn't bother me, I don't see colour. Immediately, you're making the other person feel comfortable and feel better. To your detriment. To your parents' detriment. To your children's detriment. You understand? So this whole bit about I don't see colour, I don't want to dwell on it, but it's just like, you know, it goes back to that question of can you be pro-black and have a partner of a different race? Do you know what I mean? With this guy, and trying to stay on topic when he's talking about being pro-black is being racist, when, you know, buy from your own, uplift your own, you know. Look, in the Western world, the black culture, black people seem to be always at the bottom. Do you know what I mean? For whatever reason, the reason is irrelevant right now. whether it's black people's fault because of this or that. Bottom line is, we seem to be at the bottom. And as a collective, we've decided the only way we can get ourselves from the bottom is by helping ourselves and building ourselves up. Spend our money within our community. Support our community. You understand? Like, you know, we're very happy to go and spend, and you know, and I do it, we all do it. We're very happy to go and spend £100, £150, £200, £300 on food that is not from our culture. But as soon as a West Indian restaurant lands somewhere, them men are trying to hit you for like £25, £30 per dish.
Complaining.
It's like, what? How the men are charging that? But you don't even know what Indian food's really supposed to be like.
Yeah, but maybe it's because we grew up on that food.
Bruv?
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
There's a
I don't
million
know.
and one reasons, but for me, going back to the point, being pro-black has nothing to do with being racist, because you know we cannot not spend our money with other races if we're living in the Western world. Being pro-black just means I would rather spend my money and put my money, part of it anyways, I'd rather spend my money and put my money in a brother man or a sister's pocket than any other race. Because I think what my man's trying to get at, or maybe insinuate, is being pro-black means you're just anti-white. No, it's not anti-anything. Being pro doesn't mean you're anti. Being pro just means I'm for this more than anything else. That's first and foremost in my agenda than anything else. And I think he's
It's just like all lives,
he's scrambling. It just sounds like
Black
he's
lives
scrambling.
matter, all lives matter. It's like, you know, like ultimately, like being pro-black doesn't necessarily, it's not at detriment of a race. It's just like, you know, I want to support black people. I want to uplift my people. I want to see, like, you know, the black people who are like probably the most downtrodden people in history. Like, I want to see them rise up and do well. That's not a bad thing. He's a fool, man. He's an idiot.
But you know what? To be fair, I mean, the whole putting your missus on, that's what happens when you put your missus on Instagram. She's going to be on blast.
No, yeah, but the thing is, I don't. To be fair to him, I don't think it's fair the comments that he was getting before
But there's no point in
he
trying to
made
fight
the
it.
comment.
There's no point in trying to fight it, though.
Yeah, but forget. There's no point trying to fight it. Unfair is unfair, and I don't think he deserved that comment from Shaka Bars.
Yeah, no,
Like
Shaka, I personally don't think Shaka should have said
Initially,
anything like that.
I don't think he deserved that comment, and especially out there like that. Do you know what I mean? Because look, who you fall in love with is who you fall in love with. You can choose to be in different areas.
Shaka's
Like you
going
can
to the Lions,
choose,
though, innit?
you can choose to go church all the time. You can choose to go to reggae dances or bashment dances. You can choose to go to jungle raves. You can choose to go to them acid raves. You understand? So where you put yourself is where you're probably going to be attracted to. Do you understand?
Do you think everyone has a preference, though?
Yeah.
Can you like everything, though? Can you really like black, white, Indian? Can you really fall in love, like?
No.
Or do you think people just trying it now? Because I know what I like, innit?
No, I
I've
think
got a
that's-
preference
I
for
feel
what
like
I
some
like.
people.
What's your preference?
Probably closer to my kind of skin, if I'm honest. It's true.
Like, you know, like,
Why you messing up? I'm the ultimate.
Closer to my
Cause I'm
type
like
of
that
skin.
coolie brown. You get what I'm saying? I'm
and
that
why is that your
caramelly.
preference?
Don't know, mate. Don't know. That's just my preference. I've
So
gone
you're,
through
so,
phase.
so you're not bothered about long hair, short hair, big boobs, little boobs, big bum, slim.
No, I'm a face man. I like face,
Chubby.
face and personality. But I'll say more face because personality is.
and you want you
I can't really say I like her personality. I don't even know anything about her. But I like
you
face.
want
in
the
a pretty
face to look like.
pretty face. Yeah.
Like 100.
No, you want the face to have your skin tone.
Yeah, I'll probably say I've always, my direction's always been swayed to probably my complexion. Doesn't mean racist, does it?
No, you like what you like.
Sure,
innit?
I'm scared.
No, you like what you like.
You know what I'm saying?
makes
I've
you a
always been
prick.
swayed, but I've
Makes
been
you a
out with.
prick.
I've
Why?
been out. Why?
Makes you a prick.
Why does
Why?
it make me a prick?
No, I'm fucking around.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So I've always been. Well, I have dated different colours and. But
It's fine, you
It
don't
brings
have
me
to
back.
justify
I think
Right.
everyone's got a preference. Like, alright, so I've got friends, yeah, and I know that if a girl walks in, I'll know which friend likes her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would
yeah,
know, like, oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
for my man, or like, or I might say, I wouldn't say it to you, or I wouldn't say it to anyone in this room, but well, yeah, that's you. Like, that's something that you would like, because I know what your type is.
I think I can clock a girl that all you would like.
I don't think you would know what I like. I don't think.
I think I can clock you.
Nah.
I can clock you. I'll be like, yeah, that's ace all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think
I would.
so.
I'll be able to clock it.
I think, like, I've got eclectic. I like weird things.
You've got eclectic taste in women, yeah? Go on, Ace.
You like man with short hair and that, innit?
I just don't think, like... What? What? Sorry, what? I just don't think any two girls that I've been with are, like, the same.
No?
I don't think there's, like, a pattern.
I think people are allowed to love who they love, but I don't think people are allowed to use who they love to make grand statements about race. The end.
That's a great way to end the topic.
That's
I think.
very, yeah.
Femi there with the bars.
Before we move on, I had a dream that one day black, whites, and everybody come together.
Where was that, in DNLs?
Yes, in DNLs.
I don't think I've ever seen white people in here.
Are you mad?
Are you mad like they're not allowed?
I've seen
Are
about
you
4
mad
white
like-
people in a barbershop.
No,
I
I say
see
white.
that
I've
woman.
never seen white.
I see that woman that gives you that. Yeah.
The paper, yeah, I see her.
I see her enough.
Bear, that's
And
it.
she used to chill. Why doesn't she chill, double?
It's not
For the
comfortable for
appointment
me.
only.
Innit? You got to come between this time and that time.
You man thinking.
She used to chill and talk to the man them. So I see the socialist woman, socialist party woman.
Listen, this is a very...
You've got 4
Bruv,
black white people
we're
I've
getting a
ever
Turkish
seen.
barber.
Are you?
Slow down.
Yeah,
Come
bruv.
on.
He's a multicultural...
Progression. This is progression.
No, bruv, we've always been a multicultural...
Is he bringing his
barber.
Turkish clients?
Look at Turkish. You know how long
Yeah, I feel
Turkish has been getting his haircut
yeah,
here?
Turkish is always in
Bruv,
it.
there's bare
Shout out to
non-
Turkish.
black clients.
But we're talking about white though.
Shout out to Turkish people not
White.
black.
Like,
White-
you mean
there are-
Talk about
British?
white. Hello, mate.
British.
Ace's mum's accent. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. How you doing? You alright?
Bruv, there's a bag of them. There's a
I want
bag
a
of
bit of
them.
that. I want a bit of that. We want them type of white people. No?
You're rude, you know? You're rude, you know?
Femi, can you break down Brexit for us, please? What's going on today?
The world might end.
Tell us why.
So basically, Theresa May has just suffered the biggest defeat in Parliament ever.
Peak.
Like, I would say, like, ever is just like in England, that's like 1,000 years. You see, like, in new countries like Nigeria and Ghana and that,
Yeah.
ever is like 70, 80 years, like 60 years. Ever in England is time, because it's been the same parliament for time. And so, so I think there was like, she lost by 400 and something votes.
Peak.
That's it. And so, Jeremy Corbyn has basically put forward a vote. He wants to have a vote of no confidence in the government, and they're going to vote on that tomorrow. And if she loses that, and no one's able to form a government within 14 days, there's going to be a general election.
Bloody hell.
And so obviously Brexit definitely won't happen. If she wins it, on Monday she's going to propose a new Brexit bill, which she's saying will include all other parties. And the problem I have with her, yeah, is that you knew no one would, like, if...
Do you think you're trying to flip the Brexit thing on purpose?
No, I think...
But she was anti-Brexit in the first place,
No,
though,
she
innit?
was, but like now she seems so committed to it because like even me and my missus were talking about this, and I was like, I think she wants to be in the history books as the prime minister that put through. Because I don't get why she's so motivated to do it. I wouldn't be.
Maybe for a female, she just wants to come too strong, innit?
No, it's
She
a
don't-
legacy because like Margaret Thatcher's legacy on this country is still, people still talk about Margaret Thatcher till today. Like, people have never stopped speaking about her because she completely opened up the markets and made Britain about more closer to America in terms of politics. Before Margaret Thatcher, Britain was very socialist. But like after Margaret Thatcher, it became more capitalist. Like, about, you know, there was that character that what's his name had back in the day called Loads of Money on TV. It was like Britain became about loads of money, making loads of money. And so like with this, like I feel like Theresa May just wants a legacy, because otherwise I don't understand why she'd want to do it. Because like she's taken the biggest L in the history of Parliament. But you would have known. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to take a big L, yeah, you would have known before, like, that at least 200 and something people are going to vote against me.
Maybe she's trying to sabotage it.
I don't know.
Maybe that
Yeah,
clever.
a lot of people let her down.
But like, what I think though, if there is a general election, I was saying as well, is that I don't think Jeremy Corbyn's going to win. And that's the problem.
So who's going to win?
I think it's going to be like another minority government, or like it's going to be a coalition again. Just because, and that's the danger the country's facing, is that the country's so divided on Brexit and lots of other issues that I don't feel like there's I don't feel like we're gonna have general consensus on government anymore, and I feel like Britain's actually in a massive crisis because no one knows what's going on and no one knows how Brexit's going to be resolved. Obviously, there's the other option of the people's vote, which is that, you do another referendum. Do you know this referendum was advisory? You know they didn't have to do anything. So technically, the referendum that got us to this like Brexit vote in the first place, that got us like, they had to issue the tell the EU that we're leaving. Like they didn't have to do that.
So why
It's being farce.
Huh? They had to do it because it was a referendum.
All it is just asking the man them.
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
It was like, what do you think? Oh, should I eat chicken or chips?
Do you know what it is? When I watch some of this stuff at night when I get in, and I watch like the daily politics, and I just look at it and I just see Theresa just, when you're just trying to wing it. When you're just trying to wing it. Like I see, that every minute one standing up. Yes, I'm my honoured partner. I'm rare, and you're like, you don't even have a clue what you're talking about though. Because you ain't even, they're not even answering, they're just mugging each other off. It's long.
All it is
see
that,
that.
all
Do
it
you
is
not
in
know what's going
Parliament,
on?
they just mugging each
Yeah,
other
that's
off.
what it is.
Half
It's a
of
dubbing
it's mugging-
contest.
yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a Brexit. I really don't. I don't think we're going to leave the EU at all. I think I definitely not now anyway. As in now. Maybe
They're a
10,
bit lost,
15,
innit?
20 years down the line, yeah. But definitely not now. But
What, if it doesn't happen now, I don't think it's going to happen ever again. And that is what Theresa May and all these people are saying, is like, it's the will of the people. But actually, it's no longer the will of the people.
Do you know what I think?
It's
I
no longer
think this
the
is
will
Boris
of the
Johnson's
people.
fault.
Why?
I think that he had a conversation with his colleagues and said, watch this, I'm going to lead them down the path, and I'm going to leave, and I'm going to step down.
There was a program on Channel 4, it was actually some guy like that was in charge of the Brexit campaign. I can't remember his name, something Cummins. And like it was on Channel 4. I've not watched it, but it's
like
Benedict Cumberbatch played him. It was last week.
What, it's about the same kind of thing?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
about
think.
the Brexit campaign.
I think that's how it went down. I think he was like, it's like me saying, watch this, I'm in power. I bet you I can stare them down that way. And when I get them there, and then someone says, all right, I'll put money on it. I really think that they played, this is a game to them. They knew what they were going to do from when they were in university.
That's
Right.
funny.
They knew they were going to be
Man's
running the
taking
country.
it all the way back to
Bruv,
uni.
you have to go down to,
No, they
the
knew
grounds.
they always knew they were going to run the country.
Always knew, bruv. So if that's the case, then you could just you've already preempted it already. You've already seen down the line, and it just play into your hand now. And what's Boris Johnson now? Home Secretary.
Boris Johnson is not anything.
He's
at
not.
the moment.
He's
He
not-
left the government.
Okay.
He's just a backbench MP.
just chilling in the back now, innit?
He's
Smiling
just
in it.
watching. No, what he said
That
about
dodgy trim.
He said about the vote. He said he went in on her, boy. He kind of ripped into
Killed her.
He said,
He's meant to be on her team as well, innit?
yeah, but the teams are divided. That's the problem. Like, there's no. He said like this is a bigger defeat than people have been expecting, and it means Mrs. May's deal is now dead. That's what he's got to say. But
Killer.
he also said, she should go back and renegotiate. But I don't get how she's going to renegotiate. It's a tricky thing. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a and like they've been procrastinating. Remember, this vote was supposed to happen last year, and then she pushed it. She was like, "I'm going to push the vote." So it's a let's watch it unfold. But we are in a political crisis.
okay.
Scary times.
Yeah. I watched an interview with Kevin Hart the other day. It was only a snippet. It was on Charlemagne's Instagram, and he's apologising for something else, something that he said he had no idea about. I think his wife threw a Cowboys and Indians birthday party for one of the youths, or he's only, I don't know how many kids he's got.
Yeah, the little one, innit?
The little one.
But I think a couple people was offended.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole Cowboys and Indians thing. So obviously on social media, people was getting at him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm apologising how can I apologise for something that I knew nothing about? I just came home and it was happening. And I was thinking about just this thing and kind of what we were talking about on Monday, being in the public eye and being forced to apologise for every single
It's a joke now, isn't
thing.
it? It's a joke now. I saw an interview. I saw something where Will Smith said he gets sued 7 times a year. Can you imagine? What the hell would you sue Will Smith for? 7 times every year. He said he goes at least 7 times a year I get sued.
For what?
He didn't say what he got sued for, but he goes, people don't see that side of life.
Yeah.
Because I get sued up to 7 times a year. Ever since he's been famous.
That's every other month.
Can you imagine?
You ain't even got time to get over the first one. Like
It's
you
a
don't.
joke.
You know, like
It's a
it's
joke.
like,
You have to
right.
have your lawyers on payroll.
And I think with social media now, it's even worse. Life's, it's sucking the fun out of it.
Do you
But
know
I
what
just
the
think everyone's
problem is?
gravitating to evilness.
I'll tell you the truth. Before, the problem was with stars were stars back in the day.
Yeah.
Right? And there was, they lived in these little cocoons and they were on TV. Stars lived on TV. Right? And that's why you like watching TV, because Michael Jackson existed in TV.
Yeah.
And like, so when he had a concert, it was shut down.
It's mad.
Yeah?
Shut down.
But now,
If it was on Instagram, it wouldn't
imagine,
really
it's not
pop
as
the
lit.
same minute.
It's not as lit. But the problem is, a lot of these stars, some of them, by giving access to your fans become bigger fans of you and they can consume you 24/7. But the problem is, then people that don't like you can then attack you based on that access that you're giving your fans. And like, you know, and also like a lot of these people, they're not even like that. They're not like the most intelligent people in the world. They're not like geniuses or nothing. So they're not properly calculated. If they tweet something or say something, like there's a culture now where people want to cancel everyone. And like people want to counter. So you put up a picture of your house, you say you're balling, but there's mold on the wall and like someone gets onto you. And so like I just feel like we live in a culture where people are hypercritical and people are always looking for flaws in people's life. And like, you know, being a star of Kevin Hart's like, you know, level, there's always gonna like, you're always gonna offend people. Not everybody's gonna like you.
I think that sometimes the way he handles it is not right though.
He utilizes social media to the max though as well.
No, because sometimes like I feel like he could just stop. If he's like straight away just like, yeah, I'm sorry, do you know what, I didn't even know that, I'm sorry.
Done.
Rather than being wrong and strong and then being forced to say sorry.
Then he gets emotional
If you just
about
get the sorry out, like there's nothing they can't really get you with anything. But he'll be like, well, no, I'm not apologizing. Okay, I'm sorry. Then you just look stupid.
Yeah.
Just say sorry straight away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but if you genuinely feel that you ain't got nothing to apologise for, what are you apologising for?
But he always still ends up apologizing.
Because I suppose maybe he just looked somewhat, one of his lawyers or something said, listen, business-wise, it's a problem. So if you want
I just think if you offend someone, you can apologize.
Yeah, but then as
Yeah,
a
but
comedian,
even if you didn't mean to.
as a comedian,
I disagree with that.
You don't.
I disagree with that. Because the thing is, if I say something and my intention wasn't to offend,
Yeah, but you can say sorry you feel that way.
No, yeah. See, you can say that. That's
You can
not
say,
an
I didn't mean
apology,
it, but
though.
that
That's
is
not
an
an
apology. That is an
though.
apology.
No, it's not.
Because you feel sorry. That
No,
they
because
feel that way.
I'm not sorry that I said it.
True.
I'm not sorry that I said it, and that's my thing. There's a lot of things that I've said in this barber shop where people are like, "Yeah, you're the racist barber." But people know my jokes. People know my banter. If I say something, and not racist or a racist joke, but if I say something and it's offended you, that's your business, bro. Stop being so fucking sensitive.
No, but you can't say that. You can't say that.
Of course I can.
You can't say that.
Of course I can.
Because sometimes you say things, not understanding the history behind what you're saying.
That's
like
true.
the
You
Cowboys
don't know how it's
trying
going to
to
affect
get
you.
the
You're just trying to get the laugh out of it.
That's
which,
fine, but I'm not. I'm excluding that stuff because if you can sit down and explain to me why this and that has offended you, then cool. That's a different argument. If I'm saying something, you see like Turkish for argument's sake. Let's say Turkish. So basically, there was a situation that popped off in a barbershop, and let's say Turkish was in the back, and somebody's coming in as they was looking for him. Not for anything bad. They was looking for him, but they was moving a bit weird. So when they've left, people are like, "Oh, who did my man coming for?" I said, for the Turkish dude in the toilet. Yeah. And then he's come out, he's like, why are you calling me the Turkish dude? You know my name. And I'm like, bro, at that moment in time, I couldn't remember your name. Yeah, didn't mean no offence to it. Do you understand? You are Turkish and whatever else. You understand? There was no offence intended, and I wasn't even trying to make a joke or anything. Yeah, he took offence. I'm not apologising. Then throughout the conversation, people tried to flip it like, well, if it's the other way around and you walked in somewhere and somebody said, that gentleman's coming for
the black
guy that's just out the back.
What's wrong with that?
I wouldn't be offended by that.
Right. Now, the thing is, this person took offence. And we're kind of arguing it out, and it got to the point, it's like, fam, I don't give a fuck, bruv. Like, I don't care. Like, if you took offence to being referred to you as the Turkish gentleman in the toilet, that's your business. Because you are the Turkish gentleman in the fucking toilet, bruv. You understand? I didn't say it in any particular way.
Yeah.
You understand? Now what comes into question is, you think I said it on purpose for mockery. I didn't say it on purpose for mockery. I couldn't remember your fucking name.
Why is that offensive though?
But maybe he's offended. Maybe
listen,
no. Maybe
I
he
know
did.
what-
But he
listen,
knows.
my-
He knows you. He probably thinking that as he
And
knows
that's,
you.
That's what it was.
He
But
knows
I've
that you
explained
take
to
the piss.
him. I've explained to him, rude boy. There was none of that.
There's no- it
You
wasn't
understand? I've
malicious.
explained to the people because the way the dude come in, he come in on a little situation, and I've had to say to him, "Don't worry, he's not a Rari. He's come from my man, for the Turkish guy that's in the toilet." You understand? And me, as I said, you can explain to me why you felt that was offensive. That's fine, fam. That's your business, cuz.
No, but you see, for Kevin Hart, yeah, he's a comedian, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So he says what a lot of people think.
Absolutely.
So you have your fans, and you have people. But now all of a sudden, you have people that aren't your fans but want to critique you.
Well,
That's where it starts getting technical.
As Femi said, there's people out there that literally wake up every day to find
Yeah.
find something to as you said, cancel people, drag people down. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, what joy are you? Like,
Imagine Eddie Murphy's Raw now. That couldn't even make TV. No chance.
Well, like,
but
the
it
thing
was iconic.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was of its time.
Yeah.
It was also of its time, and there are things that we're doing now that people are going to look back on and be like, oh, that was a bit ridiculous. How did they get away with that? So we can't look at things like that through rose-tinted glasses.
But I'm saying, if you've grown up on that style of comedy, yeah, you're obviously, that is your style. That becomes your kind of style.
Yeah, but you have to shift with the culture. You
do-
can't say...
You're right.
You do have to shift.
You're right,
because-
but that's your sense of humour, though.
No, but like, what about the people that will do minstrel shows? Like, what, painting their face black?
Yeah, but
that's their sense of humour.
No, but at the time, it was working for them. Like, for
No,
example,
but
say we
but
have
you're
banter.
talking about if you've grown up on it, then you can carry it on.
No,
now,
I'm saying that,
you
but
can't.
that's your style, though. If you've grown up
No,
on it, it
you know,
becomes
I
slightly
kind of-
a tint of your style.
I agree with
for,
Femi.
for example, if I'm busting joke amongst you lot,
Yeah.
should I not be able to take that type of jokes to the stage?
Yes, but what Femi's saying is there's a program called In Sickness and in Health. Yeah, from
I've
back
never
in the
watched
day.
it. I've heard
You heard about
Alf Garnett.
Alf Garnett.
I've heard
he was
of
a
it.
West Ham fan.
Yeah.
Like
He
he
was
was proper
racist.
racist. He was proper racist.
Yeah.
Now I think there was a.
It's an old school thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you man both laughed.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, some old man
Some
thing.
of us.
You know it. You've seen it.
I've
You've
never heard
definitely
of
seen
this in sickness.
When you see the image of the guy,
Let's hear your story.
right? So there was a conversation
Is the
earlier
landlord
on.
to these black people.
Yeah, there was a conversation earlier on last year talking about bringing it back. And when they bring it back, when they show reruns, are they going to edit out
Just,
all of the racist slurs?
yeah.
And a lot of people was like, well, no, because that's
What made
how
it
it
funny.
was back then, and that's what made it funny, or that's what was humour. And it's not really necessarily about being woke. Certain things that happened in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s just slid. But a lot of it, I think, slid because people didn't feel strong enough to talk. You understand? It's like what we was talking about the other day when the little kids. So basically, a little black kid come in, walked past, saw Femi, said, "Rah, there's Femi. Want to come and hail up Femi and chat to him about his acting." Now he got offered he went up for a role of a theatre production of a character. They said, "No, we don't want you for that character. We don't want you. It's fine, thank you very much." Then a couple of weeks later, they got at him and said, "Oh, we've got a role for you. Yeah, we want you to play this character who mugs somebody at knife point and potentially rapes a white woman." And he turned it down. Now, Femi made reference to Denzel Washington. He said somewhere that his first role that he was offered was something similar, and he turned it down. He said, "I don't want to start my career doing that stuff. And I've said on previous podcasts about adverts and whatever else that for me as black actors, I don't think you should always do that stereotypical role. Let's get away from that. Like, let's not enhance their stereotype of what we do or what they believe we do. Yeah. And both me and Femi and other people in the barbershop said to the bruv, you made the right decision. Like, if it doesn't sit right for you, don't add fuel to the stereotype. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you have to feed your family. Yes, you have to make a living. But sometimes stand up for yourself and for your people collectively before looking at the money. Do you know what I mean?
So, but what? How does that relate to Kevin Hart? Though?
Yeah, I was going to
Well,
say, where we going with that?
we drifted far.
I was thinking, where's he going? You went over there.
I do that
over there. I was
I
like,
do that too.
No,
No,
but I
I was
suppose
talking about like apologizing for. We actually did digress, but going back to Kevin
I do think Kevin Hart should apologise for the Cowboys in
No, the Cowboys
Why?
and Indians. thing.
How?
It's not-
I do.
No, wait.
I
I'll tell
do.
you why.
If I'm a
If
Native
he
American,
knew nothing about it,
okay,
No, but Damon,
we're telling you now.
Damon.
We're telling you now. We're offended by
It's
it.
like slavery.
Say
offended by
sorry.
what?
By you having a Cowboys and Indians party.
It's like
I
having
didn't.
No, but Damon, it's like having a plantation party.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that sounds dope, though.
I didn't, bruv.
What do you mean?
I
sounds
didn't.
dope.
Kevin
I
Hart had a
Plantation
Cowboys
party.
and Indian party.
No, he never.
No.
His
he
wife did.
So what?
do you mean, so what?
She still had it. Just apologise, didn't it?
He did.
No, so you wasn't at the party.
Alright. Oh my. Alright.
so now, you know what? I'm not going to watch Toy Story.
Well,
Do you know what?
Woody's a cowboy.
Do you know why this is
Black
different?
Is that different?
It's
I
always black
was
Indians.
Do you know? Right. Who's the chair for the House of Commons for
John Burkow.
right? Do you remember when?
He's my mate still.
Right. I remember you was doing work. Do you remember when it all popped off with him the other day?
What happened with him?
When he overrode a decision in Parliament. Yeah. Now, what somebody come up and said was, you've only overridden that because you're biased. Yeah. Because they're saying that he's against Brexit.
He's supposed to be impartial though.
Right, but they're
he's a
saying
Remainer.
they're saying he's against Brexit, and the reason they're saying he's against Brexit because they saw him driving a car,
It's his Mrs. car,
his
though, isn't
wife's car, and there's a bumper sticker on it saying "bollocks to Brexit." Yeah, so everyone's saying that. So he's come out and said, "Rude boy, that's my wife's car." Yeah, it's 2019. I'm not going to tell. I can't tell my wife what she
Yeah,
can
he
and
smashed
can't
it with
wear.
that response, though.
But what somebody on LBC said is, yeah, a Premiership football referee, yeah, you're refereeing Arsenal Tottenham.
And you're an Arsenal fan.
You are not going to drive to the football match
With a,
in a car that you understand that has stickers.
with the other team on it, with one of the
You,
teams.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So I get it to a certain point that you have to be accountable for what your people do around
Of
you.
course he does.
But
Of course he does.
if you have no idea, because my man, he knew about the bumper sticker. He just tried to play ignorant.
she ran it by him.
you
She
think
ran it by
Kevin
him.
Hart-
She ran it by
You
him.
think Kevin Hart's wife's throwing a party and not saying,
Of
"Oh,
course she
okay."
threw it by him.
He was
That's
dressed up
fine.
for the party.
We're not saying that.
He came to
We're
you
not
with a
saying
bucket.
that.
Exactly.
Nah, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're basing it on what we know.
No,
Yeah,
man.
No,
and
but
if Sean
Damon.
does something without your knowledge,
Damon.
They're going to run it
Yeah.
by you. They run it by you.
Damon.
Females do that. We don't run it by them, but they run it by
Damon,
you.
do you know what it is?
They always do. They're like, yeah.
Kevin Hart.
she's big enough to apologize for herself.
No, Kevin Hart can't enjoy the pleasures and the benefits of being famous on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
Without
not have to
getting
deal
the
with the
backlash.
yeah.
You got to deal with it.
The backlash of what? Something that he
negativity.
didn't do.
He did though.
No, listen.
Ah,
Damon,
you're
Damon.
right.
You say
No,
you
Damon, do you know
didn't
why? Do you know
do it.
why?
He
He didn't, bro.
D.
Damon,
You
do you know what? All your daughter's birthdays, have you know what she's done every single birthday?
No.
Most of them. Don't tell the
You
truth.
have no.
What, every single birthday, what
Yeah,
she done?
yeah. Tell the truth.
Bruv, I've spoken to you, man. What, like I haven't been getting phone calls talking about she's jumped out the bloody bedroom window and she's down the roads, blood.
No, but if she had a party, you would know what was going on. Especially if he was going
All
to
the
the party,
parties,
you
all
would
the
you would know
parties.
what kind of party it was.
Look,
So you're not going to tell us your
When
daughter's
I've been
party is
there-
fancy dressing you don't know about
when
it.
I've been there, yes. When I've been
Right,
there, when I've been
that's
about,
it. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
If I haven't been, it's just like, yeah, you know what
No,
you
but
plan.
Kevin Hart's been there.
He's there. He was there.
Bruv, I'm
They live
basing-
together.
I'm basing it on
Yeah.
what I know. And
No.
what I know
He
is
has
that
to
he
apologise.
had no idea.
He's got to apologise.
So you're saying because he's famous and because he's in the public eye, even if he doesn't know about it, because it's within
don't
his
believe he
domain,
didn't know.
because it's within his domain.
dressed up
he
for the
has-
party.
He uses.
Did he dress up for the party?
Yes.
Yes.
He
As
dre-
what?
As a cowboy. He dressed up.
Oh, Kevin, you
He,
fucking done me.
he uses social media to his advantage, innit? So you got to
If he dressed up, bruv, up until this moment here, I didn't know.
How do
You
you
said
think?
that 5 minutes ago. Though,
They,
but
they,
yeah.
This is what happened, yeah. They
Go on.
released a picture, and this is what white people got upset as well, is because they released the picture on Thanksgiving, and obviously
it.
black people don't like, or
Wow.
Native Americans don't like Thanksgiving
Wow.
because of whatever happened to the Native Americans back then, and they put the picture out on Thanksgiving.
Wow, that's tacky.
Okay, even if you don't know, just you're like, right, okay, you know what?
Yeah,
what's
it's
up
deep,
there?
you got me.
Like,
All
let's
right.
just apologize.
My argument was based on him not knowing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, he knew.
But if you're saying he knew,
It's
You
your
had
1 year old's
to know.
birthday party. Of course you're gonna know. And you live with your missus.
The first birthday.
First
as well.
birthday.
I'm trying to find the Kevin Hart picture in
no, I don't need to see it. I believe you, Ace.
All right, shall we wrap up? We got a relationship corner.
Yeah.
Go on.
You know, and you know where this relationship corner's from?
Go on.
Oh, you're gonna say their name?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the name. Yeah.
No, don't
do that.
Keep it anonymous.
It's not a proper relationship corner.
No, but
And
we'll keep it anonymous.
Brother, I said I would say
No,
their
let's
name.
keep it anonymous anyway. Just in case, because people will just send in their relationship corners. They don't want to be called out, even if they can handle it. Just keep it anonymous.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
we want
it's
to
even.
protect our relationship.
Yeah.
corners.
This young lady said that, but alright, cool. I won't say her name. So she-
Kevin Hart didn't dress up, by the way. But he was in the picture.
oh, he didn't dress up.
No, he didn't dress up.
He didn't dress up.
And then go on. Do it.
He didn't dress up.
Everyone's dressed up as Indian.
Did he dress up?
He didn't dress up.
Okay. See, he came as Kevin Hart.
He came as Kevin Hart.
Okay.
But
But it was there though.
he was there, so.
It was represented.
That's at the end of the party.
This is Hollywood
That's at the
Hills.
that's at the end of the party. As he said, he got home at the end of the party. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to my relationship.
Apologise,
corner now.
fam.
Let's hear your relationship
Yeah.
corner.
So basically, she is at university, and her white housemates keep on playing rap music, which is fine, but they're rapping along,
They keep saying the N-word.
and they keep saying the N-word, and she feels that they're putting
taking-
more emphasis
They're doing it to provoke
on
her.
the N-word, yeah, and they're doing it. They're potentially doing it to provoke her. They live right next door to her, and they can literally hear. She can hear every single word, and as I said, she feels like
Where's the uni?
she says the N-word. They say the N-word louder.
Where's the uni?
If I tell you where the uni is, then you're gonna know who the girl is.
Not really.
Leicester.
I don't know no girl that goes Leicester.
Femi
still.
knows.
Yeah.
Femi knows. Yeah.
So what does she want us to do?
She's black.
Yeah.
And
Well,
she
obviously-
wait, no, I don't know. And so she.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know.
O'Hara Davis' girl.
That was good.
I'm the wrong person to ask about this because I'll just
think
kick off a front door.
Ace almost beat someone up.
I'll
over
just kick
there.
off. I'll just kick off everyone's front door, and I'll be so spiteful. It won't be. I won't be able to finish. Every day I'll have to do something. I'll piss on the front door. I'll ring their doorbell at 4 a.m.
I have realised in the
Good one.
last 6 months that you are a very spiteful guy.
I'll be so spiteful.
Do you do in a bag of with a letter?
I'll do everything. Like I'll just be lying there thinking of evil things I can do.
No, do you know what she can do?
But it would start off violent, and then it would go to the spiteful
Did you
stage.
say it start off violent?
Yeah, violence first, and then
I got an idea.
Spiteful.
Most people start the other way, you know that, right?
I got an idea. Why don't we all turn up at this girl's house, yeah, like cheaters with the camera crew, and we question their flatmate and say,
That'd be
why are
funny.
you playing
I'm
this
cool
music?
with that, you know.
I don't mind. We all going down there and question, say, why were you playing that music? Do you think it's right? And fully interview this
That'd be
girl
funny.
on canvas and see how she feels.
We ain't never gonna do it, but I'm down.
are they
with
girls? Did you say?
She said
are they
She's a
females?
girl. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and we have this conversation.
What are they?
Yeah, I
in
think
the
it- I
halls,
think-
in dorms.
Yeah.
Tell her
If it's girls,
to
obviously,
email
no
us
balance.
the girl's name so we do some research.
Yeah, she's the only. No, it's in the house. She's the only black person in the house.
In the whole house.
In the house, so we can get in the house. We've got access to the house. Let's do it. I'm on it.
You go up
And
there,
we'll sit in the living room when she comes in.
bun
You should
bear
speak
weed,
to them though.
bun bear weed. Play some Movado loud.
Yeah, but this is
sit on
not
the
stopping
floor.
them. This is like just fitting into
Nah,
like.
that's
You're
it.
playing up to their...
Yeah.
Yeah, if they want to say nigga,
No,
then
but
we're gonna be the most niggerish.
I think she should speak to them. I think she should. It's a difficult conversation, but if it's something that she's picked up on and it makes her feel uncomfortable, I feel like she should have a word. I would.
I don't think Turkey's going to help this situation, if I'm honest.
So what do you think?
This girl sounds ignorant. The fact that you can play that with their confidence, what are you going to hear?
No, I just feel like they will listen though, unless they don't want her to live in the house.
Yeah, it's probably just bullying her out the house. They probably think we don't even want this girl in the yard.
That's even worse.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's disgusting. It's probably O'Hara's girl.
Hilarious.
Can you imagine? No, I'm joking.
He's a boxer, you know. He'll punch you up, bro.
He'll punch me up.
He'll punch you up.
Proper,
I wonder, like, whether you could beat up Chaka Bars.
Who?
Set up some.
That might be
He
lit.
probably can beat
So
him up. Yeah, he can. I reckon
If
he can beat him
Jacob's
up.
known for this kind of stuff, because I don't think I follow him on that.
No, to be fair, he doesn't really he doesn't really throw
I don't
people like
think
that.
he's racist.
No, he does a lot of good things.
No,
as
he's
well.
he's very on the cause.
Yeah.
Though, but to be honest with you, that kind of seems like a character for him anyway to do that. Because I don't.
Maybe they
think
had
he's getting involved.
maybe
'Cause
they
he's
had some
mixed.
interaction before.
He's mixed as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Because even O'Hara said if if your parents saw the movie Get Out, you wouldn't be here, which is quite a clever line.
Yeah, do you get what I'm
still.
saying? So he's
But
mixed. So I don't,
That's quite a clever line. but-
maybe they've got some
That's probably
history
the most
together.
clever thing he said.
Maybe they know each other. The same.
Yeah, maybe there's some like
maybe it was-
background stuff behind the scenes.
I think there's more to it because, like I
Yeah.
said, it seems that when I saw it, I
out
thought
of
it was a bit
nowhere,
out,
innit?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's out of character for Shaka.
Okay.
All right, cool. Can we go?
Wow.
Wow.
Raw.
Yeah,
Can we
late,
say
man.
happy birthday to Maxwell?
And Lee.
That's what I'm saying.
What going for your birthday plans?
Well, I might be just something on Friday
Where? The
in
crib.
Shoreditch, but no, it's a small little thing. It's a small little
So you
thing.
didn't want to
Yum yums again.
No, I was going to tell you everyone, and now you're going to let everyone know. No, not yum.
Yum Yums.
Shoreditch, not Yum Yums.
You are absolutely right.
Exactly.
And Maxwell. Bag up to Maxwell.
Yes.
We got Maxwell.
Hey,
I actually turned up to Maxwell's thing,
No, you
but
didn't.
your car wasn't there. Honestly, I did.
So my car was.
What was your car?
You didn't drive.
You tell me how many
Oh
roads
no,
did you go
I
down?
went down.
How many roads did you
No,
go
I went down
down?
the road, the first road, the road opposite the police
Why are you
station.
asking him? You didn't even drive.
He doesn't know that.
Oh, right.
Exactly. So, because I never saw your car, I thought you'd gone. I didn't know you were there until I saw the photos.
Did you
Honestly.
message me?
No, I didn't message
It
you.
was
Why
fun,
not?
man. You missed
Because
it.
it was. I got there about 2.
It finished at 2 is when it got lit because
See,
Ace
yeah,
got
can
on the
imagine.
decks.
See, I can imagine.
You know them way there.
See, I was there literally. You know why?
he shut
Because I got
it
a job
down.
right there.
He
And that's
shut
why I was
it.
looking for you.
It's
Lot.
fun
Well, I didn't
stuff.
look for your
Down.
cover. You drive everywhere though.
I was
So,
drinking.
so. Oh, sorry.
2009.
Sorry.
Ross!
All right. Say no more.
It's 2019. And you know what it is? I don't actually drink and drive like that. I haven't done that for many, many years. But this year I've decided, you know what? Even 2 glasses, 3 glasses, where as far as I'm concerned, I'm cool. It's over the limit. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, it honestly is.
What's my livelihood? So I don't do it. So.
Intent 2 out right now in all DVD platforms.
I forgot about that.
Streaming, downloads. What else?
People in Jamaica,
VHS.
People in Jamaica watching it on
Vinyl.
Showbox.
And what?
On Showbox.
Is it?
There's people over here watching it on show.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's going off on Showbox, boy. Everyone's
popping
watching
off.
it on
Everyone's got
Showbox.
it, boy.
Betamax.
Makes me sad.
Did you have a Betamax player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's Betamax?
You don't even know about
I
that.
You don't know what Betamax
I only know
Oh,
about
sorry,
it because
sorry.
of old
One of them
people making
1950s
jokes about
things.
it. No, do you know what?
even know what it
It
is.
was basically.
What
Do
am I-
you know what it was, Lee? It was basically either Betamax or VHS, and
Betamax was first, though, innit?
Betamax was first, and then Sony or someone started put out a VHS machine for cheap.
Betamax.
Yeah. You don't know
You
about
man
like
had
a
to
deep-
you man had computers like what's it
Fam.
called Atari and that.
Bro,
I don't know, sorry.
See?
Commodore
Betamax,
64.
fam.
You know about Commodore 64?
That was as big as it. You know when you go arcade and you have the big thing.
In
That's
your
how big the
yard,
control
man,
pad
got
was.
Arcade in your yard.
You know about Commodore
Anyway.
64. Alright.
Yeah, the Intent 2 out now.
Man said Betamax.
You know,
Do you know what Betamax is?
What was there before the Walkman?
Radio.
Discman.
No,
Was that before?
Discman was after Madman.
No, there's
There was
Walkman.
nothing. It was just a radio. It's just like an FM.
So no radio.
AM
What, you had a
Boombox.
boombox?
No, a radio like that size.
You
That
had-
size?
You walk around with a
No,
radio?
I didn't know, but that's what
Don't
was.
lie, Damon. Tell the truth.
The,
Bruv.
they have an area where you pull out like that.
Who had a mini display?
Nah, I never jumped on that.
Did you not?
No,
Only-
That was
that was a
that was
DJ thing.
wavy.
Apparently, Millie's disc was wavy. Still, it should have lasted longer.
It should
I
have,
was
man.
about to get one in my car.
And then
It
it
was
died out.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah, it did die out for a bit.
Then I had a DAT machine in my house for no reason.
A who?
See, you don't even know.
what
about
machine?
I know what that machine is.
No, say it again. A
DAT
DAT
machine.
DAP.
DAT.
A DAT.
Yeah.
Okay, now explain. What's this?
It's like digital tapes. So like it records that tapes, but it records digitally. But the machine is like that big. It's a huge machine, and the tapes are that small.
So what was the purpose?
Why
of
would
this?
you roll? Why would you go with this small little tape?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. I had a DAT machine. Anyway, can we go now?
Yes, I
It's
think
late.
that was
Betamax.
Anything else?
Intent 2 out now
Anything
on
else anyone
DVD, iTunes. Buy it. Don't watch it on
I'm trying
Showbox.
to big up a new listener every show. Hello to Louise. She's a customer and she come in today and she goes, Cut the Chat is one of her favourite podcasts. She's only started listening to us recently. We just listened to podcasts and we've jumped up to the top of her podcast list. Thank you very much for listening. Rate you, love.
Big up.
Bluku, and all of that. Yeah. You know, I actually listened to the podcast to fall asleep.
Yeah. She said that to me in the car the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to feel about it. Yeah. I put it down to...
I think a lot of people's partners do that. My missus.
She listens to it as well?
Yeah, but just to get by.
My one don't listen to it.
Yeah, she's
My one
she's
don't
like,
listen to
yeah.
it.
She explained it.
Sometimes
I haven't taken it as offence because she's explained it because it's more comfort. It's more...
Like there's people in the room.
Yeah, just talking or whatever else. And like she listened to the shows and then she will listen
Actually,
to it
if you're
again.
listening, good night. Good night. Go to sleep.
Yes. Ruben Stutter. Ruben Stutter live in the radio today. Live in the radio today.